Welcome to HiFi Munich. My name is Yunus and today I'm here with Listening Matters. And we are at the biggest HiFi event of the world. And today we are taking you guys with us and we're going to be asking questions to brands about the latest innovations. Come with us, let's go!
Hi, I'm Bill McKeegan. I'm the president of Dan D'Agostino Master Audio Systems. We're here at HiFi Munich 2024. It's always a great show for us. And like every show here in Munich, we always bring out some new products. We have in our main series of products, the Momentum series, a brand new preamplifier. We call it the Momentum C4. C4 stands for Complementary 4. It's a brand new circuit that we've developed and put into the input stage, which drove a lot of development in the volume stage, the output stage, and it really has revolutionized the sound of the Momentum preamps. This piece is a two-piece unit with the power supply on the bottom. The audio chassis drops right in with a locking mechanism, and the new power supply features a display. First time we've done that. And that display, and its most basic, gives you the volume control and the input stage, but it also, if you have the optional digital streaming module included, it will also show you metadata, so your song title, artist, things of that nature. Like I said, it is an optional digital module. But with that option, you do have legacy sources. So you have optical, coax, USB, but full streaming with our own app as well as Tidal Connect, and it will be Roon certified, as a number of our other pieces are already Roon ready. We have a very new remote control, or unique remote control. It's a two-way remote control in that Bluetooth communication between the two units. And as I change what's happening on this remote, you can see the display in the remote is being reflected in the main unit and back and forth. So communication is constant between the two. Pairing is automatic and seamless, and nothing has to be done by the customer. So this will be shipping in July, and so we're excited to bring this out and show it off here in Munich. Let me show you another one of the new pieces we've got here at the high-end show. So here we're at another piece that we've introduced here at Munich HiFi 2024. It's our pendulum integrated amplifier. Brand new category for us, a nice entry-level piece that is still a full-blown D'Agostino integrated amplifier in that it puts out 120 watts into 8 ohms, 240 into 4 ohms, literally drive any pair of speakers out there. This is a complete unit in that it has a phono stage included with a tremendous amount of gain, so you can use any low output moving coil cartridge. Also has a full streaming digital module also, so Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, Qobuz, Roon certified down the road. Complete. We've added a feature we haven't had before. We've added HDMI with enhanced audio return channel for systems that include TVs and want to feed that audio from the TV back to the integrated amplifier. The same remote control that I showed on the C4 preamplifier is included with the pendulum integrated as well. This guy will take a little bit longer to get to market. We'll start shipping him in September. But another great intro here for us at Munich HiFi. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo from Lynn. Today we brought a pretty heavy system with us to Munich high-end. We have our brand new flagship 360 loudspeakers, the passive with active bass variant. We have our brand new Solo 800 monoblock power amplifiers, and we've actually brought 6 to power the 360s. So the 360s come with active bass. We have a Solo 800 running each of the other drive units. So there's a pair of Solo 800s just to drive 2 tweeters. So we've gone pretty crazy today, just to show everything that we can do at Lynn and every element of our technology. We've got that pair with a Climax DSM, which is our flagship streamer and preamp, and we've got a Climax LP12 turntable. So basically today we're able to show all the technology we offer, from space optimization, room correction, the dispersion of the 360s, our own in-house organic DAC. And next to me as well we have the LP1250, which is our 50th anniversary edition of the Sondeck LP12, designed in collaboration with Sir Johnny Ive, formerly of Apple. We have that on display alongside our Climax level, which is playing in the room.
Okay, so I'm Anders, I'm sales manager at Hegel Music System, and welcome to the Hegel booth at Munich High-End 2024. We're showing our new H190V, the integrated amplifier with a phenomenal moving magnet phono stage built into it, in addition to all the other Hegel technologies. This amplifier is also improved sonically on all inputs because we've redesigned everything of power supplies on the inside. So the reviews are fantastic, the sound is spectacular, and this is the new thing we're showing at the show, and it's coming to your stores in a couple of weeks. So in addition to that, you can see all the products we have in the assortment. We're playing on the H390 on the other side here, together with the KEF Reference 1 Meta speakers, and we're playing our new H600 integrated amplifier on the KEF Blade 1 Metas as well. So welcome to Hegel, the star of the show.
Hi everyone, welcome to ESD Acoustics showroom. This is Jackie Dai. ESD Acoustic is China's first and so far the only high-end brand that we develop everything ourselves. The system you see here is our flagship system, which is named the Super Dragon. It's located in Atrium 4, the largest room, Studio E and F. Okay, so let me give you a closer look and so introduce the specifics. Here we can see many speakers, so it's a 6-way, 10 units on each side system. So these 6 are cone subwoofers, which are in charge of 50 Hz and lower, which can go down to 18 Hz. The big horn here is in charge of 50 to 100 Hz. This horn is in charge of 100 to 500 Hz. The mid-range is from 500 to 2000 Hz. These two are from 2000 to 8000 Hz. These two are from 8000 to 52,000 Hz. So they are in a dumbbell structure, symmetrical, so that the sound imaging will be the same as mid-range. The horns, as you can see, are made of carbon fiber, because carbon fiber is an ultra resonance-free material. Imagine if you have a big horn with metal, just like very old speakers, they will resonate while playing, just like a very big bell. But for carbon fiber, it will not produce the coloration that traditional horns would make. So ESD Acoustic is the world's first to develop carbon fiber horns, and it's our patent. The mid-range and tweeters all use foil beryllium diaphragms from True Extent, while the bass and sub-bass all use titanium sandwich diaphragm, which we develop ourselves. They are ultra stiff and can sustain a weight of a grown man. So the stiffness makes the distortion level to be ultra low, because we know for soft materials like paper cones, when they're moving, they're actually distorting, they're deforming. So that is the main source of total harmonic distortion. So with our diaphragm, it only produces 0.5% of total harmonic distortion at 20 Hz. So that's a very good set. And here we see a bunch of electronics. So this is our CD, and inside here we have the media player. This is our DAC, digital analog converter, and this is our preamplifier. These two are the separate power supply for them. Okay, so from the preamplifier, it goes to 2 of the active analog crossover. So there are 5+1. So with 5-way here, you have 4 crossover points, which you can change with card, and you can adjust the level, phase, and slope. So these are for the horns, and the +1 channel is a whole frequency signal to the sub bass, which they cut off themselves. The sub bass have the amplifiers of themselves, which are Class D and 500 watts. For the horns, they have 5 amplifiers on each side, which have 10 watts of each channel. They're pure Class A single-ended solid state with carbon silicon MOS tube, so very unique structure. And also underneath this driver, there is a field coil power supply, because all our drivers are field coil, aka electromagnetic. So inside they are all copper coils, the advantage of field coil is first it can use forever. You know, for permanent magnet, it's actually not permanent because it can only be used for about 20 to 30 years. On the other hand, electromagnet, you can use it forever. And electromagnet can get to higher magnetic density. So all our drivers here using permalloy, also known as supermender alloy, which is a special alloy that can transform magnetic flux the best. So all the drivers can get to 2.4 Tesla in the magnetic slit. So in comparison, most speakers that we see are around 1 to 1.2 Tesla. So it's like a Lamborghini compared to normal cars regarding the power. Okay, so this will bring the system very good dynamic. Okay, so with all these electronics, you don't have to open one by one. There are two separate, there are two central power supply over there with sequencing control. So with one button, everything turns on in sequence. And with one button, it turns off in sequence. So it will be really easy to use. And here we also co-exhibit with another brand named EIZZ, which is LP player brand from Shenzhen, China. Okay, so that is the introduction of the whole Super Dragon system. And if we look at here, we can see that there are multiple types of our products. The price here is for the speaker only. So for the Super Dragon whole system, it's 1.2 million, and the speaker is 800,000. So we also have Phoenix, Crane, Panda, and Aviator. So different kinds of speakers over here. And if you're interested, please visit esdacoustic.com for more information. Thank you very much.
So, hi everyone. I'm an R&D engineer at Vivid Audio, and today we are at HiEnd in Munich. And I'm here to talk about our latest product, Moya M1. As you can see, she's a big girl, but trust me, the sound she makes is way bigger than her size. So, Moya is the pinnacle of innovation at Vivid Audio. It has all the accolades, all the innovations that Vivid Audio has been using for the past 20 years. But there's some new stuff as well we should talk about. And for example, we have diamond-like coating on our traditional aluminum diaphragms for the upper, mid, and higher frequency drivers. And of course, this is the feature everyone talks about. So we've got 8 bass drivers for Moya. And it's not a whimsical choice. It's simply because we want that cone area to produce, for example, 120 dBs at that frequency where the drivers move the most, which is 30 Hertz in this case, and they move 12 millimeters. Why Moya? Well, Moya is simply a speaker that can play any song. So if you close your eyes, you really cannot tell if you're at a live gig or if you're listening to a speakers. We're really about giving the clearest window possible on that live performance, on that artist you like, because we want the sound just like the artist intended, no coloration whatsoever. That's what Vivid is about.
Hello, my name is Scott Berry, and I am the engineer for computer audio design, and I want to walk you through a few of our new products that we've got for this show. This is the Munich 2024 show. We've got some new things. I'll start with a couple small things that are brand new for this show. Is one of our most popular products are what we call ground controls. And this is the smallest one, called the GC 1.1, and this is designed for reducing high frequency noise in your audio components. And all of these ground control products connect to your audio components using cables. And we've been producing these ground controls for about 8 years now. We've just come out with a new cable. The cable is very, very important to the results, and this cable is by far the best that we've made. And we're really, really happy with how it improves the sound quality of your system. Another new product now is called the Ethernet control. And this is a product that is just plugged into your Ethernet connection, either on your audio server or also on the switch. It can go at either end. And the idea of this is to reduce that high frequency noise that's coming through your Ethernet system and getting into your music system. Brand new, and it's doing very, very well. This is not quite as new, but we call it the USB control. A lot of our audio components now have USB-A ports that are on servers. There are a lot of power amplifiers and things that have update ports. Well, we found that reducing the noise on the signal ground and also on the plus 5 volt of these ports can really help sound quality. We have amazing reviews, and these work really well. We're just showing this is a standard Wi-Fi router. Nothing is about 90 euros, but this is how we're using it. So we have an Ethernet control connected, and this is going to our server up on the front rack, and we have a USB control because this has a USB port on it. And this is how we recommend to use. Very simple, plug and play, and they work. But let's now walk up front, and I can talk about another new product that we have. Okay, so I want to show you, this is our music system now. And as far as for us, CAD, the new product is actually, some of you have probably seen this before, and it is what started the company CAD. This came out about 14 years ago, and it's called the CAD 1543 DAC. It was one of the earliest USB-only DACs. And we had a Mark II update about 7 years ago, and this is the very first Mark III DAC that's been put on display. It is a complete rework. The only components that remain from the previous DAC designs are the TDA 1543 DAC chips that we use, and then the output stage is still using dual-in coherent audio capacitors. Everything else, the USB interface is using new low-phase oscillators. We have new power supplies, complete redesigned power supplies, completely redesigned transformers, and then the power filtering that is being used is also completely redesigned. It has the same CAD sound that I think a lot of people know about, but there's more energy, better clarity, low frequency response. It goes much lower, much tighter, better energy, rhythm, timing, musicality with this compared to the previous products. So very excited about that. That's the first one that's ever been out. The rest of the system, underneath that, we have our, it's the CAD server, which this is what we're playing all the music from. Beneath that is the power supply for the server. Down here and on this side, we have what's called the GC 3.1 ground control, and that's connected to the chassis of these two monoblocks. This is the largest. It's 50 kilograms, and it's the GCR ground control. And we're just connecting this to Earth. The Earth in this building is shared with everybody, all the different, and so the Earth, unsurprisingly, has lots of noise on it. So we're using this just to keep that Earth noise from getting into our system. Now the other company we're working with this year, and as we did last year, is called Trilogy, and they are responsible for the amplification here. So we're using the new Trilogy 914 amplifier, brand new, and then that's being connected to the Trilogy 995R monoblocks. And then speakers this year, we're working with the company Audio Vector right across the hall from us, and this is their R8 speakers, which are, we love, are fabulous, really, really nice. You can also see down in the back of the speakers on both, we have one of our GC 1.1 ground controls. These are, again, the small one, and we're using that to attach to the chassis of the speaker. So it's not connected to the positive or negative inputs. It has nothing to do with that. But Audio Vector has designed a connection that the metal frame inside that adheres to the speakers, we connect to that. And we found really good results with all speakers so far that we've worked with in the market that use conductive cabinets or have some methodology of attaching to the metal frame. Connecting a ground control has positive effects on the sound quality.
So the first thing you see is a new DAC. It hasn't been launched yet, so it will be August, September this year. So it's a pre-product type. The price point will be around about 5,000 euros. Yeah. And below we have the Era 280. That's a full integrated amplifier. And it also has a big brother. This is on the other side, the Era A180 with 4 times 200 watts digital amplification. And on the left side, we have the digital transport, so no analog audio output. This is to connect the DAC in the future, of course. So it's a big display with all the streaming functions integrated, like Tidal, Qobuz, YouTube, and you also can play up to 4K videos with the unit. So you have an HDMI out to your TV or beamer. And so you can play high quality music and videos as well. The next product is the RS 520. That's a full integrated system. So you have amplification, DA converter, and the streaming integrated. And the control is always the Rose Premium Connect app. And the little one is also integrated streamer with all the same functionality, but a little bit in a medium size cabinet.
Now this year we're gonna tell our viewers about the evolution of AudioQuest 44 years. And we start at the beginning of AudioQuest up to now. And we're demonstrating the cables, speaker cable, power cable and interconnects. And we have during the whole day, all the days of the show, we have demos going on.
So you do all the vintage cables as well?
Not the real vintage, but we start as Monster.
Yeah.
That's the cable maker in the 80s, the biggest cable company in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they are not there anymore.
Not existing, no.
And we used Monster as a cable company, and that's what AudioQuest is now.
So AudioQuest is kind of a development from Monster Cable at the beginning.
So we start listening in our demo. The first cable is a Monster cable.
Okay.
And then we go to AudioQuest and then.
So 44 years already.
44 years already. Quite happy, quite successful, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not arrogant, but we're doing a nice job all around the world.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, I started already 35 years ago with my first indigo blue
I don't remember,
cable,
but
so the history is
and now you're
way back.
at your new shop in Hilversum. It's beautiful. You did an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
And nice products, nice environment, good coffee, because we're in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, you need good coffee.
So thank you very much. Have a very good show.
Will do.
We'll meet soon.
If you want to have a coffee afterwards,
good coffee.
Good coffee.
Good coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Alan Shaw, as you probably know, the owner of Harbeth Audio. And you've probably been familiar with the speakers that we've been making since 1977, which are traditional cabinet loudspeakers with a passive crossover. The novelty for Harbeth is that we make these bass units ourselves, so all of the bass mid-range units in our loudspeakers are Harbeth made. And that gives us a particular sound. But it also limits us. These passive loudspeakers also have reached more or less the end of their development journey.
So the challenge has been for the last few years to find a way of upgrading the Harbeth product, moving them into a new market sector for younger people, and that has led to digital Harbeths. So this is the future. This is an example of taking the same drive unit technology, our radial base unit made by Harbeth, and combining it with modern DSP electronics. So it's an active speaker in that it contains an amplifier, and the audio in this professional version comes in on a balanced XLR feed. We like the idea of keeping the integration of the loudspeaker to a relative minimum, that is the crossovers and the amplifier and the volume control, distinct from the rest of the electronics. We could integrate them, but at this stage we're not going to do that. And the reason is, the more we integrate in the loudspeaker, the less upgrade path there is for the consumer. And of course the dealer has a living to make, supplying and upgrading this electronic world. And if we build all that into the loudspeaker, that's the end of the journey for the dealer. We need to support our dealers, we need to support consumers. We think this is a great hybrid position. You'll note that there are some LEDs. They're not active, but there are some LEDs on the front of this professional version of the NLE1. The reason for the LEDs is that this loudspeaker is capable of mimicking the sound of other loudspeakers. So if you're a sound mixing engineer sitting in front of a pair of these, mixing an audio track, music track, whatever, and you're curious as to how it sounds on an iPhone 12, you can actually dial up iPhone 12 personality and you will hear the awful truth for yourself. You might want to then modify the mix to make it more suitable. It also emulates other famous loudspeakers that have been used in studio. Not relevant for the domestic user, but a feature for the pro user. So this journey now into the digital world is something that we're not going to stop. We have already the big brother three-way of this speaker, the NLE3, ready to go. And we encourage you to go and have a listen to these at your dealer because it's a new listening experience. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patrick from Super Cables in Sweden, here at Munich show, High-End 2024. We do have some new products this year. This is our new USB C2C. It's a USB 3.2 generation 2 cable, power delivery 100 watts. We also are launching it together with the USB-A to C cable. These will be available in lengths of 1, 2 and 3 meters and will be launched this summer. And recently we also launched our new Excalibur digital cables. So this one is a RCA, a SPDIF cable, PE foamed and with rhodium connectors. And this one is a digital XLR cable in Excalibur series, also with PE foamed and rhodium plated connectors. Yeah, pretty much it.
Hello, so I'm Roger from PSI Audio and we're here in Munich at the High-End Show 2024 on the first day, and we've had lots of visitors so far. So we are PSI Audio and our main trade is making loudspeakers that we've been making for over 47 years in Switzerland, that is. And the aim has always been to transform an electric signal into an acoustic signal as accurately as possible, and that's been our sole quest over the last decades anyway, since the company was started. So the people who appreciate that most are typically sound engineers in the professional world, and most of the speakers we make are destined to the professional audio, and we have amongst the best or the most prestigious references around the world. Now all that technology that we developed, we've also now put into a very elegant speaker that can be used in household, and that has all the technology that comes from professional audio. And what we like to say is listen to music the way it was made with professional equipment. So we spare no efforts in making the best sound possible or the most accurate sound possible. And when I mean accurate, I mean to reproduce all the details and all the subtleties that you have in the recordings. So we make our own drivers. These are all very specific drivers that we developed in-house to be very light and very efficient with very, very low distortion. Our speakers are active, so they are amplified. They have a three-way speaker, has 3 amplifiers, class GH for the low end, class GH for the mid-range, and class AB for the high frequencies. They're phase linear, the frequency is flat, and each one is calibrated in an anechoic environment, so the sound is perfect. So I highly recommend that you listen to professional grade speakers if you have the occasion to, and you can hear all the details that you have in the recordings and what the musician and the sound engineers wanted to reproduce. Now, having made the best speakers is one thing, but then you put them in the room and you see that you've only done half of the job, and the room needs treatment also. And by far the worst issue that you have in rooms is low frequency room modes. Why? Because first of all, they resonate for a long time, much longer than the other frequencies. And secondly, as they're low frequency, they have very long wavelengths, and it's very difficult to interact with them with small devices. You need very big passive devices if you want to interact with them. So that's why we developed an active bass trap, which is broadband, which is extremely effective. How it works has been known for decades, but nobody's ever managed to make one that's stable and efficient. And our knowledge and our experience making drivers move accurately in frequency and phase with analog technology, because latency is an issue in this system, is probably why we managed to develop this AVAA that I'm going to present to you right now. So I'd like to show you here the AVAA C214. So it's a pressure-based absorber, it's an absorber, it's a bass trap, it's not anti-noise, it's not noise cancelling, there's no anti-phase or I don't know what. It is a pressure-based absorber, so it'll absorb pressure. There's a microphone that measures pressure, and then there's drivers that are going to pull the pressure out over a distance about 1.5 meters around it. It's active, of course, but there's no calibration. You just have to plug it in, and then you can put the gain up or down. It's the only thing you can do. It's extremely efficient, all the way down to 15 Hertz, and the efficiency goes up to about 150 Hertz, and then it rolls off pretty quickly. But most of the room modes are typically between 20 and 100, so that covers that very comfortably. So the only thing you can do with them, it's a pressure-based absorber, so you want to put it in a place where there's a lot of pressure. And where's that? That's typically in the corners. And forget about frequencies. How do you tune them in anything? If there's pressure, it'll absorb it. If you have pressure at 30, 60, and 90 Hertz, it'll absorb all of those. So the only thing you can play with is where you position them. Typically, you need 2. Why? Well, because you try and keep things symmetrical, and then normally issues with room modes, you can't treat them all in one single place, so you normally have 2, up to rooms that are about rooms up to about 40 square meters, and above that you can have more if necessary. Very efficient. Nothing else can interact with room modes down to 15 Hertz apart from very big passive devices or active devices like this one. No tuning. Movable assets. If you move out of your room or you move something in your room, you don't have to retune them, you just take them with you when you move out. This is a big absorber in a very small room, but if you have 2 of them in a big room, that's the effect. So we don't change the actual signal, you don't change the source of sound, you'll only be acting on the resonance time that you can reduce in there, which is the most disturbing. Very useful in all rooms. We've also installed some in boiler rooms, heat pump rooms, so not just everywhere where there's low frequency issues. And it's an acoustic treatment, it's not anti-noise, it's acoustic absorption that acts between 15 and 150 Hertz where there's most of the problems. Very useful in all rooms. Thank you for your attention, and come and visit us in Switzerland.
Hello guys, my name is Stefan from Clear Audio. I'm here to present you the latest products we show at HiEnd 2024 in Munich. And what you can see here is a limited edition turntable in the shape of a guitar. It's a celebrity edition, so-called the Clear Audio Celebrity Aldi Meola edition. Aldi Meola, famous jazz musician, and he was involved in developing the product. He decided for the finish, the colors, and some nice tweaks on it. Like, for example, if you look at the head shell here, it has the shape of the guitar head. And it comes along with a limited edition record as well, in a nice red finish. It's a color vinyl,
and the serial number of the turntable will match the serial number of your record as well. So 1000 pieces in either all black finish or light wood finish. So also brand new is our latest top of the line radial tone arm. It's a so-called unipivot tone arm. The name is Unity tone arm. It has a unipivot bearing, but it's magnetically stabilized. So it feels like a cardanic bearing tone arm, but it's unipivot, which is very low friction bearing, but still stiff like a cardan. It's very robust, it's very masculine. It's a big, massive tone arm for heavy turntables. You have a so-called monocoque tone arm tube, a heavy tube. You have VTA adjustment on the fly, you have magnetic anti-skating, you have a nice split counterweight here, which will allow it to adjust for a wide variety of cartridges, and we have it in silver or black carbon fiber finish. Also new is Clear Audio Terra. This is a ground box. It's a passive element for your HiFi chain. It will allow to connect all your ground wires in a single point of contact to ensure proper grounding, so you don't create like a ground loop or whatever by accident, to avoid any hum issues and also to enhance your sound performance. Last but not least, we have a new cleaning machine. This is Smart Double Matrix. It's a double-sided cleaning machine, and it will replace our so far entry-level machine, which is a one-sided cleaner, but now allows double-sided cleaning. It has a smaller footprint than its bigger brother, the Double Matrix Professional Sonic. It has no automatic function and no vibration, but double-sided cleaning, as I said, and you can adjust for different sizes of records, like 12-inch LP, 10-inch shellac records, 7-inch singles, and all the functions are controlled with buttons here in the front. You apply fluid by the press of a button, a pump will apply it, you don't have to use a bottle or a brush to spread the fluid, the machine will do it for you. So you start the cleaning process by pressing the power button. This will set the bladder in rotation. You apply fluid by pressing the liquid button. Fluid will be pumped throughout the system on both the sides of the record, and you can decide how much fluid you need, because maybe it's a brand new record and needs just a light cleaning, or you have a used record which is from a second-hand market or from a party where you spilled some Coke or cake or whatever over your records, then you need a heavy cleaning, you apply more fluid. You can also switch bladder direction, and after letting the record soak for a couple of seconds, you can dry it, and now we hear the vacuum unit. The unit is fairly silent, let's say. It's not as noisy as the big machine, and it takes like 15 to 30 seconds maybe of drying, and then you stop the vacuum process, you stop the rotation, you open up the cleaning arms, and your record is good to go right away.
Hello, my name is Henrik Sønner. I'm a product manager for home products and Dyne Audio. I'm here to present some of the new products that we are launching this year. So the launch date is today, basically. The first one I would like to talk about is our Contour Legacy. As you can see here, this is a celebration of our Contour line. Our Contour line is a very important line to us because it really put us on the map for high-end speakers. So we are choosing driver technology that looks back and also looks forward at the same time. We have the look from our Contour with the Contour lines. The cabinet is 100% made in Denmark. We choose drivers with similar technology as the old day, 100% made in Denmark. So the tweeter is our best tweeter called Esotar Free. We have put a front plate that assembles the old T330 because that was a very famous tweeter. So as a celebration to that tweeter, we put the same front plate on. but with the new technology. The driver is derived from Evidence Platinum. We modified it a bit in this version, so it's even a better driver now and more fitted for the purpose. In the speaker, we also have a very high-end crossover. We did one-off components, very good copper coils, and just high-end components, even all the way through to the terminals. It's VBT terminals. So this is a celebration with very high sound quality of the Contour range back in the 90s. Here we have our next product. Is a collaboration with a Japanese furniture maker called Kaimoku. These are very high-end furniture makers, know a lot about wood, and together with them we have made a very beautiful speaker designed by Ken Ishikawa. So we're trying to go into this territory of luxury furniture and put a speaker in there together with Ken Ishikawa. What is also special besides the design is it's a real wood speaker, so no MDF inside of this. It's all pure Nara wood from Japan. So this is very high quality furniture craftsmanship. It's not an easy way to make a cabinet because normally we do MDF to be better of the climate resistance. But here we, together with Kaimoku, are doing a speaker in solid wood. So very special speaker, very nice finish. It fits into a very high-end furniture environment. You could call this environment soft minimalism, and you fit together with furniture of the same quality. What we then do is we provide confidence drivers. We do the sound tuning to make sure that you also get the Dynaudio sound on this. So a new collaboration, and we are excited to see how the customers react on that. So far, they've been very positive. Hi again. Next product. We have a long history in Dynaudio of making signature edition speakers, and this is the next in the line of our signature editions. What we do normally in signature is to take a normal speaker, put the best crossover components, the best drivers in it, and enhance the performance. So we did the same with this Contour 20 Black Edition. We said to the engineers, now you have to make this sound the best possible. The baseline is very good. It's a very good cabinet, very good mechanical constructions. Again, we put in our best tweeters called the SHR 3. We took the woofer, modified it, made it even more powerful magnet system, so you have better sensitivity, more precise. And again, because we do our own drivers, we use a very simple crossover. First order slope on the tweeter, second order slope on the woofer, no correction of anything because we have full control of the driver. And the result is this Black Edition. We call it Black Edition because we only do it in black. Now we have a speaker that's also very transparent, very open because it has the premium components inside of it. So it looks like the old one, but when people will start listening to it, they will really see that how transparent and how good this speaker actually is. So it's quiet to look at, but sound-wise, it'd be very good. Next product. We have here our Confidence 20 Active. We took our best stand-mount speaker. It has really got some prestigious awards, very praised around the world for high sound quality. And we made the experiment, what could happen if you make that active? Now, this speaker normally is very similar to the passive version. We have a port inside, we have the same drivers as in the active version. But because this speaker comes with a stand, we had room to put in an amplifier. So what we've done is we are taking our high-end Pascal amplifiers, 100 watts amplifier for the tweeter, 400 watts for the woofer, and we have our specialized DSP crossover. And with that DSP, we can do much more accurate, much more fitted crossover points. We can time align the drivers better. We can make better extension. We can make the speaker play even louder. So we made you could say a boosted version of the Confidence 20. You connect the speaker like you connect basically a power amplifier, meaning that you go back and you connect it through analog XLR. So it's like connecting a preamp to a power amplifier or a streamer to a power amplifier, and then you go directly into speaker. One special thing that we're taking from our studio world, from our core series, is we also provide a digital input, meaning that you can go straight into the DSP with digital signal. For that you need a preamp or a streamer with variable digital out, but then we can do without sample rate conversion. We can go directly, if you do 14 bits, 24 kilohertz, you go directly in, the system runs that way. You can go 192, 24 bits directly into it, and the whole system runs with no sample rate conversion. That's the purest way to do it. That's what we do in the studio. That's what we've done here. And the result is you have a speaker that is next level performance, and all you need is a preamp or a streamer coupled directly to it. So basically a simple way to high-end sound. And when you listen to it, you can feel that it has high full extension. You don't need subwoofers or anything else like this. This is a true high-end speaker in a very simple way. Next product. Here we have started a cooperation together with Torrance to make a turntable. We see a lot of our younger people, they are actually very much into vinyl. And how do we get those customers into the audio, especially when we had a Focus. So we made a special turntable in Focus together with Torrance. It comes in the same colors as our Focus line, but this is also a Dynaudio only turntable. It has built-in preamp, so you can do analog out, but also it has optical out, high resolution, 24 bits, 92 kilohertz. So you can go optical to your speaker or your amplifier. That is rarely seen on turntables today. And on top of that, we put in a Bluetooth, so you can run Bluetooth Adapt X HD to your headphones or to your speaker. So a very simple to use, high quality turntable collaboration with Torrance. So we have a lot of excitement because turntables are very nerdy often, but here you can access this turntable in a high quality very easily. Connected directly to your Focus speakers, connected wireless to your headphones, and very simple to use. We also is the first one in the market to use the Autophone Concord Music. This is news from this show today, also from Autophone. So we made this special version with the Concord Music cartridge also. This is good cartridge, hi-fi wise. It's the same as they use in the normal range, but it's very easy to replace the tip, upgrade it, or change it if you want that.
Good afternoon, it's Guido Tent and Ilko Grim. We are founders and operational managers for Grim Audio. We are based in Veldhoven, the Netherlands. And today at Munich High End we celebrate 20 years of Grim Audio. And apart from all the products that we have developed and manufactured during the 20 years, they are displayed here. We have some novelties as well, and we would like to talk about that a bit in depth. A real new product, that's the PW1. It's a phono preamp, and it's got a separate MC stage. It's no transformer, but JFET design with selectable gain. It's got an MM stage with selectable gains, and it's got a selectable line gain, so it's very flexible actually towards a variety of cartridges that are available in the market. On top of that, at the bottom there's an option to set the cartridge loading in terms of capacitance and resistance, both for MM and MC. It's got a separate MC and MM input in RCA, and it's got RCA line outputs and XLR outputs as well, balanced. Power supply is integrated. It uses a very special design of a toroidal transformer, which has a very low magnetic leakage, of course, to keep the noise down in the MC stage. Altogether, it's a very compact design. Its main design is made by Peter van Willeswaard, one of the co-founders of Grim Audio, who dedicated, I think, 40 or 50 years of his life to phono stages, mostly tube-based, and the PW1 is completely FET-based. And it's quite a special design in terms of active circuitry, in terms of RIAA correction network, in terms of power supplies and in terms of component selection. Its target retail price is around €4,000 and availability will be October, November this year.
So hi, my name is Ilko Grimm and I will introduce the second new product of this year's show, which is the LS1C that you can see here in the left-hand corner. LS1C, maybe you can see that's the third version of the LS1 we introduced. Actually, it's the fourth because we started with the LS1, LS1A, LS1BE that we had so far as the flagship product, and the LS1C is the successor to the LS1BE. Where the LS1BE was based on a beryllium tweeter, the LS1C has a carbon tweeter. This is a pretty new development, carbon tweeters, carbon woofers you also see. It's got layers of carbon which are controlled during production in such a way that resonances, etc. are almost absent. In that way, it has a pretty similar behavior comparable to the beryllium tweeter, and also a quite similar sound. But apart from just introducing this new tweeter, we also show with the LS1C our dedication to the LS1 platform. Since we also introduce new hardware, the electronics with new Encore amplifiers inside are totally new. We introduce new firmware for that hardware. So the system that controls the whole LS1 is rebuilt from the ground up. We also introduce the software that you run on a PC or Mac to upload the firmware into the speaker, but also to control the speaker. It's also rebuilt from the ground up. We have a new method for calibration of the speaker aberrations that we use both for the crossovers and for linearization of the whole system. And last but not least, we improved the DSP that we use to make the system phase linear. So to correct the phase characteristics of the crossovers. And we use the knowledge that we gained by developing the MU1 and MU2. And with this new DSP system, we have yet another step in the performance level of the LS1. So we're very proud to show this new speaker. It might look the same, but it is a complete new development compared to the speaker that we had so far.
Thank you for tuning in to this video. In this room that's beautifully designed by Grimm, we are playing DSD files, direct stream digital files, which is a format developed by Sony and Philips back in 2001, 1999, somewhere around that date. And nowadays we can play those files, the direct stream digital files, without an SACD. So we're using the MU2, which is a DAC, to play these files up to DSD 512, I believe, which means 512 times 44.1, which is a lot of samples per minute, per second, about 22 million, I think. And that gives you a lot of definition, close to human hearing, and much like the analog sound that you can find in a vinyl. And nativedsd.com is the platform where you can download these files and store them on your home network and play them through your MU2 or any other DAC that accepts DSD. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Munich show at the booth of Siltec and Crystal Cable and HMS. Today we're going to talk about Siltec. I'm Victor, Operations Director at Siltec, and I'm going to walk you through all the new products that we are showcasing here. First of all, we have new network cables that we've added to our portfolio. The network cables are available in two ranges, in the Legend range and in the Royal Double Crown. Both of them, what's new is that they employ the full 1000 Mbit data speed, and they have our proprietary silver and gold conductors in the Legend range, and monocrystal silver for the Royal Double Crown. So these are very nice additions to the current portfolio, but most of all what we are really very, very proud to introduce here is our new flagship cable range, the Master Crown. Master Crown took us almost a decade to do all the research and to improve on our previous flagship, Triple Crown. Triple Crown was already the best cable in the world, so how to surpass it? Well, it took us many hours, years of research with a dedicated team. We are launching at once a full range of speaker cable, interconnect and power cord. All of them use our highest quality S10 monocrystal silver conductors and also connectors. Then they are gold plated in a special kind of plasma coating process. And all the cables have a very new type of construction and of lowering distortion and magnetic field and everything related to that to create an optimal sound experience. And the nice thing is, connecting even one cable just gives you that wow experience. It's really amazing.
Hi, my name is Sanne Bezem and we're here in Munich on the high-end show. I'm standing here with the Okinoki record cleaning machine and I will give you a demonstration. You have here the button, you can turn both directions, is what you prefer. Then you have the record cleaning fluid and you will place it like so. Then you have the microfiber hairs brush and you place it like this. You don't have to scrub or anything, just hold it for a few rounds. Normally I do it like 2 to 3 rounds. The fluid will do its work on its own, so you don't have to do anything, just hold it like this. Then you have the vacuum arm. There are 3 settings, 12, 10 and 7 inch. So you can clean all your records. And this is the most important thing because this is what really gets everything out of the grooves. And in 2 spins the record is completely dry, so you can just use it right after or put it back in the sleeve. The label cover protects the label so it doesn't get wet. And everything is in the package for 550 euros. The dust cover, the flute, the brush, a small platter for singles, the clamp and the label cover. And we're now here on the show with one important thing. Before the production was always in China and from now on it's completely in the Netherlands.
Hello, my name is Izumi and I'm in charge of international sales for Luxman. Today we have PD191A turntable with SAIC toner and we have this new prototype Phonoamp EO7 with triple power transformer and DA07X, which is the new DAC also. This is prototype also with DAC chip by Rome. And on the bottom, we have NT07 network streamer. On the top, we have flagship integrated amp 509Z. And on the second shelf, we have C10X preamp and M10X is on the bottom. Power amp driving these Wilson Benish speakers.